Welcome everyone to another episode of Expressions in Dance. I'm Elizabeth Morgan. It's a beautiful summer day here and we are going to be doing some upbeat cheerleading style dancing today. Football season is upon us and it's a great opportunity to get excited, to support your teams and to enjoy your time moving. So today I'll be using some pom-poms. If you don't have any, you can actually make them out of a plastic bag and chop the plastic bag up to make the ends. If you do have poms, I encourage you to grab them now. We'll be using them later in the episode. But of course, we need to start with a warm-up. Let's think about this quote while we're getting started with our class today. Any kind of dancing is better than no kind of dancing at all. We all know that we've been in a pandemic for a long time now and things are starting to open up and we are now able to start moving again and being outside and being active with each other. So let's dance together today. So we're going to start with our shoulders and our head. Just roll those shoulders back. Make sure your core is nice and tight and tall back. Tilt your head side to side. Drop your chin and look up to the sky and drop and look up to the sky and arms out and twist it side to side. So just getting that core a little bit engaged here. We'll be doing a body roll in our combination today, so we need to make sure that our back is nice and loose. And let's take it over, little stretch to the side. Good, keep breathing through that stretch. Reach for the wall or the side of your yard if you're outside. One of the great things about summer is being able to dance outdoors. So today's music is very lighthearted, as if we're all on vacation. Big circles with your arms. Good, and let's do some little back circles. So you can bend your knees slightly if you want to. We're just making a circle around and back, making sure that our spine is getting loosened up. Again, keep breathing. 2 more times. Excellent, all right, our standard leg stretch. So we're taking our toe up from the ground, we're bending our back leg and we're reaching down toward that toe. You're just trying to keep your knees straight if you can, and chest towards your knee. Give it a good stretch there. All right, shake that leg out. Let's try the other leg. So other foot is out, toe is up, chest towards your knee. And while you're warming up, let's think about our motivation for dancing. So it is fitness, it is also the arts, it is also a form of creative expression, and it's also a social activity. So these are all reasons why dance has great value, whether you're young or old. And today's combination will be suitable for all ages. Stretch it to the side. Notice I'm keeping my heel on the ground. The other leg is out nice and straight. We're gonna take it to a jogger stretch now. So our front knee is at a 90-degree angle. Our back leg is as straight as possible. Drop the hips as much as you can. If you are really flexible, you can put your elbows right down to the ground and hold. All right, let's do a little chest stretch. So reaching all the way up. Opening those shoulders. And the other side. Good. Knee onto the ground. I'd like you to press forward into your front leg. We do have a little bit of a kick in this routine today. It's just a little, it's called a flick kick, but it means that we need to have our legs ready to jump from one leg to the other and to lift off the ground in the process. Let's go to the other side for our jogger stretch. 90-degree angle, back leg nice and straight. Arms down to the ground, drop your hips. And stretching that chest up, nice straight arm, reaching right toward the sky or your ceiling in your room. Other side. And take the knees down. And again, pressing forward with the hips going straight forward, square to the wall or the side of your yard. Excellent. Last stretch. Let's get our knees all stretched out here. So we're just relaxing the thighs and the knees. Hands are around your ankles. Now I'd like you to press down. So you're getting a little bit of a stretch there. You're feeling the stretch in your inner thighs. Kids, if you're out there, you're very flexible. You can probably put your nose right to the ground when you do this stretch. Or you can reach forward past your toes. And a little long stretch here. Deep breath in, exhale, stretch it over. Flex those toes. Good. We're holding for about 8 counts here for each stretch. Shake it out. And we are ready to go. So let's get started with our technique. Make sure also that you have some water to hydrate yourself nearby. And if you do need to take a break, it's totally fine to zip out for a moment, have your water, and come on back. Our steps that we're going to learn today are basic jazz steps. We've done some of these in previous episodes, but today we're going to be giving them a different flavor because we've got the pom-poms and we have a slightly more rock-oriented type of music today. So lots of things like a hair whip. These are things that we can have fun with. And we're going to be doing some of the basic steps, but with a little bit of a different style with the upper body. Let's start by doing funky hips. So this is a classic jazz step where we just put our hips out 3 times and then we step to the other side. In today's routine, we're going to leave the leg down fairly low at the end, and I want you to use your arms as you go. So you're putting your weight into one side, other side, and up, and you can bend those knees. So let's practice that, getting our arms going side to side. When I was a kid, I used to have to do them like this. We will make it a little bit more funky today. Let's try 4 of them all at once. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is about the speed that they're going to be in your combination today. Very good. Nice job. So that's a funky hip. Let's get to our next step. This one's a body roll. We have done this before, but we are going to try it sideways today, a little bit of a different way of moving our back. So the standard body roll, we start with our nose, we look all the way up to the ceiling, and then we lower our entire body like a little snake almost. Okay, so you're making like an S shape with your body. So it goes up and then down into a plie. Now I'd like you to try it sideways. Here's what happens in the combination. We're using big arms, so we're reaching, we're going down to the floor. This could be your right leg or your left leg, whichever one you're more comfortable with. But we're going all the way to the floor, then we're bending and doing a body roll at the end. So it's a complicated version of a body roll. Let's try that small step again. We're going all the way up, all the way down to the floor, reach it as far as you can, get a good stretch in there, and then lift your nose and sitting down. I'm going to do it one more time, and let's try to make it a little tiny bit faster this time. So again, think starting with the arm, reaching to the ground, nose leading up, and at the end, we almost pretend that we're sitting on a chair, so we kind of drop our hips and sit at the end. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how it works in the combination. So there's another example of a body roll. Body rolls can be sideways, they can be forward and back, they can be in a variety of positions. Our next step is the flick kick. We're going to be doing this in part of the routine. So this is a little kick where we have to jump and kick our back leg all the way up and then land with our weight on that back leg. So you're taking one foot, I'm using my right here, but you might be wanting to use your left, and that's okay. So we're taking one foot, we're kicking the other leg up, and then we're stepping on the back leg as it comes down. To do it fast, like that. Let's try it a little bit slower than that together. Here we go. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. All right, let's speed it up. On your mark, get set, go. Perfect. So that is a flick kick. Let's keep that in our mind for when we get to the combination. We have to put this all together. Next step, a pirouette. We've talked about this one before. We have practiced the basic pirouette before, but today we're going to do an inward pirouette. previously we have done outward, which was this direction like that. Today we're going to go the other way, which means you're just taking whatever foot you want to stand on, your supporting leg we call it, and the other foot comes up to what we call a retire position, and then we rotate inward. So you go towards your supporting leg in an inward pirouette. Let's just try it without any arms first. So you're taking one foot, we're going all the way around and down. I'm landing with my feet out like this. Maybe you'd like to land like this. Maybe you'd like to land in a lunge. That's totally up to you. I'm going to land in second position, which is this position here. Now let's add some arms. So we're doing a cross position here and arms out like so. Let's try it with the turn. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. Excellent. We'll do it one more time just to make sure we've got that step, and then we're moving on to the next basic step. Here we go. So pirouette, inward, going over your supporting leg, other leg is up in retire, hands are here, ending here. On your mark, get set, go. There you go, you did it. Nice job. Okay, pivot turn. You know and love this one from previous episodes too, and we have a very easy version of this in the routine today. We're stepping with one foot forward, we're rotating on that foot, and we're stepping again and rotating. So in a pivot turn, it means we're keeping our feet on the ground, and at the same time as we're doing that, we are rotating our whole body as one from one side to the other. So pivot turn here, pivot turn here. In the combination today, there's a slight variation to it, which I'll show you later. All right, and now for the pièce de résistance, I'm going to get my pom-poms out. Because we are doing a kind of a cheerleading style routine today, we're going to review our cheer arms. Cheer arm positions are very important. When you have big, shiny, sparkly things on the ends of your arms, you have to be very perfect with where you place your arms. So let's review these positions first, because we'll be using them in the combination coming up. This is resting. So this is when we have our hands on our hips, elbows are nice and tall, shoulders are back, head is up confidently. We have a T. We have broken T. We have daggers. We have touchdown. My favorite one, touchdown. We have high V and we have low V. Let's go over those positions again. You can just follow me. And again, if you don't have palms, it's okay to just do these with your fists or your hands. So we're here, resting. T, broken T, daggers, touchdown, high V, and low V. We have one more position called clean, which is what we do when we're done most of our counts and we want to come back to our beginning position. So there you go. There is some basic palm work for you. One more step and then we are ready to take a break and get started with our combination. Let's look at the snake. We have explored this step before. The snake is when we take our whole body, and again, it's that sideways body roll motion. So we're using a lot of core work today. We're bringing our ear to our shoulder, bending our knees, and going over to the side. Let's practice that a few times. Probably seen this in some disco music, in disco movies in the past. Good. Couple more. So that's the snake. Remember that one, and remember that the bigger that you make your steps, the more dynamic they look, both to you and to anyone who's watching you dance. So when you do that snake, instead of doing it small, let's take it really big. Over-exaggerate it. All right, those are your basic technique steps. Let's hydrate, and we'll come back to get ready for your funky, fast cheer routine.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Frank, you have a chance here. You have a dog who depends on you.
You're drunk every single day.
I wish things could have been different.
Everybody deserves a second chance.
Something bad happened to her. We gotta go back. We gotta try to remember what happened to her that night. Whatever you do, just don't take it. It's not what we think it is.
Hi, I'm Dan Naylor. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
Welcome back, everyone. It is time for us to do our fast, funky, fun cheerleading routine. I wanted to let you know that I had a career as a cheerleader, and today I am, in honor of football season, wearing a yellow and black shirt, which is for my Hamilton Tiger Cats, and I've got my Toronto Argos pom-poms with me today. So there's a little bit of nostalgia involved in today's episode. For this routine, we have a very quick tempo and we have a very quick start. What's going to happen is we are going to do 4 freestyle poses. So this is where you get to be creative at the beginning. Something like this. Okay, so we're hitting 4 different poses. If that's really hard, you could just do 4 hips side to side or count with me until we get into the beat of the music. After those 4 poses, we're going to freestyle for 16 counts. So again, this is where you can do any movements that you want. Maybe it's the twist, maybe it's a Lindy. That's 16 counts that you get for that entire part to freestyle, to be yourself. Now we get into the choreography. We're going to do 4 hip dips. So this is where we're taking our hips like this, scooping down and up. Notice I'm touching my toe at the end of it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to be starting moving to my right, but to you that will probably look like your left, and that's okay to do that. Here are the arms for that part. 1, slap. 2, slap. 3, 4. So we're going from a pocket position basically up to a touchdown position with our arms. Let's try all of that together. So we've got the 4 poses, the 16 counts of freestyle, and then the 4 hip dips. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Freestyle. And hip dips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Told you it was fast today. So that is the beginning of our combination. Let's move on to the next part. If your hands are getting warm with your pom-poms or your props, then you can put them down and work on your arms only for a little bit. After this part, we are doing 2 tendus and 2 step cross backs. The tendus look like this. Tendu means to stretch. So we're stretching our foot out in front on a diagonal. Notice I'm clapping my hands together and then going into that low V position that we reviewed with our cheer arms. Here and here. There's just 2 of them, okay? So we start 1, 2, 3, 4. The next part is a step, cross back. So our feet are going out and cross back. I'm punching here and here, here and here. Try that with me. Here and here, here and here. It doesn't really matter which hand is on top. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Remember, we're not being judged here. We are just having fun and being active. Let's put the tendus together with the step crosses. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 1. You got it. That's how it works. So step tendu, step cross back, step cross back. I'm going to take it back to the beginning and we'll go through everything up to that point. So starting with our 4 poses. 5, 6, 7, 8. You can switch your poses up every time you do it if you want. Then freestyle, that's for 16 counts. Then we do hips, hips, arm up, tendu, tendu, cross back, cross back. Very good. Notice the fine differences here. Again, I'm talking about if we were performing for a large crowd in a big stadium or on a big stage, even small things matter. So, clap and low V for the tendus. For the crossbacks, it's punch and low V. It's a very different movement, especially if you were to view it from the side. Let's move on to the next part now. So we finished all of those tendus. Here's where we go into our funky hips. They're slow, so this is a chance to breathe. I want you to use your shoulders and really roll things around. So let's practice that. Just 2 of them. All right, so we had step tendu, step cross back, funky hip. Really feeling the music there. Perfect. Moving on, our pivot turn is next. So remember, that was the one that we did like so. We're doing half a pivot turn. So we finished funky hip, pivot, turn, jump up. There's that touchdown position again. You can shake your pom-poms if you want to. Then we go funky, 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 funky down, like that. Coming up from this position, moving into body roll. Watch that part again. I'll do it from the pivot turn. So we're going pivot, turn, jump, and arms, 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 jump together, roll. If it takes you a few counts longer to do that body roll, that's okay. I've given time in the music so that you can take as long as you want there, and then we're just bouncing for the rest of that phrase, the rest of that measure. Let's review the pivot turn again. So nice and strong, arms are just down in a low V. We don't want to show our arms until we jump. Then we do pump, 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 pump. Use your hips there. Jump together, body roll. Then we're bouncing here. Depending on how long that body roll took you, it might be 8 counts that you're bouncing, and you can add your hair whip in there if you like. Feeling your inner cheerleader there. Let's take it back to the beginning. So we're gonna go right from the first 4 poses. We did, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Freestyle for 16 counts. So make sure that's a full 16 counts, whatever steps you would like to do. Then hip, hip, step, step, tendu, tendu, cross, cross. Funky hip, funky hip. Are you ready? Pivot, turn, jump it, and pump, 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 pump. Body roll, bounce. You got it. That's a lot. Let's take a break to hydrate really quickly, and we'll continue with this next part of the routine. Coming off of our bounces, what we're going to be doing for the next part is that big body roll that I taught you earlier in this episode. So we're stepping to the side, take that arm as high around you as you can, like you're playing a guitar, like this. So we're rocking out, we're going all the way down, we're body rolling back, and we're here. And then we just throw in a couple little hips here. You can shake your palms there. You can tap, 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 whatever you'd like for that part. Okay, so the body roll goes around, down, up, and pop, hip, 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 and hip. You got it. Next part is our heel jacks. So this is a 4-part step. We are just gonna do it slowly, but if you're an experienced dancer, I recommend that you do 2 slow and 4 fast. You'll be very fast with this music, but if you have dance experience, you can probably do it. So we're going here, 2, 3, and here, 2, 3, and. It's essentially just step, cross, step, flex your heel, step, cross, step, flex your heel. When we do them quickly, we do jump them. So it's and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Couple of options that you can do here. You can keep your hands on your hips like I just did, or we can bring our arms up and down, and up and down. So I'll let you choose which option you would like. Following the heel jacks is our flick kick, and we're almost done the combination from here. So we finished the last heel jack here. We're going to take this foot. For me, it's my right, it might be your left. We're jumping onto that foot, over, like that. Okay? So the leg goes over, down, hit to the back, hit to the front. Like you're performing to this side of the stadium and this side of the stadium, if you want to imagine it that way. So let's take it from the heel jacks one more time. 5, 6, ready, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and flick, kick, hit, hit. Very good. So the heel jacks are a little bit of a breather for you right there. Let's move on to the next part. This is our inward pirouette. So after we finish, perform to this side, perform to this side. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm taking my back leg, my supporting leg. I'm going to turn, just like I taught you with the arms here crossed. You'll see your lovely face smiling. Okay, so we're turning and we're landing here. And then we finish this combination with a hip bump, side to side, using our head and our neck side to side. So it's jump, look, look. Hands stay above your head. They're kind of gathered together like a blade of grass. And that is the combination. Let's give it a try from the beginning and see if we can get this to work really quickly. If it is too fast, it's okay. You can repeat and watch again and be able to learn and get your tempo up to speed one part at a time. Let's try the whole combination with music starting from our freestyle poses. 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Freestyle. Hip. Tendu. Cross back. Funky hip. Very good. Pivot turn. Take your time with the body roll. Little breather here. Bounce it. Very good. And when we're done that part, big body roll, rock it out. 4 hips, very good. 2 more heel jacks. Flick, kick, turn, and you're all done. I hope you've enjoyed learning our fun, fast, funky cheerleading combination with a little rock twist today. Thank you for joining us. My name is Elizabeth Morgan. This is Expressions in Dance. I'd like to wish you all a great day and keep dancing.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
COVID-19.
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 The pandemic impacts our everyday lives, and the ripple effects of COVID-19 seem to change on a daily basis. Rogers TV keeps you informed about how the pandemic hits close to home with live coverage of the Middlesex London Health Unit and the City of London media briefings. Keep up to date on the latest in London and Middlesex with updates from Dr. Chris Mackey and Mayor Ed Holder. Watch the latest COVID-19 media briefings live on Rogers TV Mondays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. And for more information, check rogerstv.com.
That he fell.
Whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, Beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Oh, you can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.